Hi, my name is Kimberly DeStefano, and we're here at Delta Bay Park in Isleton. This is my tiny home. Well, I was living in a larger home, which I left with my partner, and I thought about going into an apartment for a while. And when I saw the cost of apartments in the Bay Area, I'm like, there's no way I could own something for that, you know? And so I decided to go tiny, so I did my research. I found Tiny Home Innovations in Oregon. They were fabulous to work with. Jeremy and the crew were awesome. The only hard part about this is the fact that I actually work in San Francisco, and so I commute. I do a 5-hour-a-day commute. That part is hard, but going tiny, I have no regrets. Yeah, it's been fabulous, and it hasn't been that difficult to let things go. I have a very small storage unit, and pretty soon that'll be gone too. I think what I love about the kitchen is the fact that I have a nice amount of counter space in here. I love the walnut countertops. I do a lot of cooking, so it was really important to me to have a good sized kitchen. I have a full-size refrigerator, which is really nice. So, you know, it leaves me a lot of space. Like when I cook for the week, I can actually put everything in there and it fits just fine. And then I have my food for the week. The freezer space is pretty decent. As you can see, I have 3 drawers in there, which is nice. But yeah, it's been a good refrigerator. Stove is a gas stove, which I like using gas to cook. I like this size. I think that if I had it to do over again, I probably would go with a convection oven though. And the size is fine. I would go with something this size. But yeah, but overall, it's good. I like to cook with convection, and I was also thinking about doing induction for my cooking as well. So, but gas is wonderful. It's much better than electric, your normal stove, so I do like it. And the dishwasher is awesome, except for the fact that I never use it. I just put my dishes in there to dry. The storage is nice because it's, you know, it's up high, but it's not too high for me. I have to use a stepping stool for some of it. I have my microwave up there. I keep my dishes in here, which is nice. And then snacks and things go in this cabinet. I use the top for storage, which is good. I'm very happy with my large sink. This sink is absolutely fabulous. You can do big pots in there, which is nice. So that was a must for me. This is my recycling and garbage in here. And then I have, you know, different utensils inside of these drawers, which is nice and organized, which I really like. This is my junk drawer, which I'm not going to show you. And then I have, you know, pots and pans and things in here. And then I needed a little extra storage for food and things, so I purchased this and these little bins at IKEA. And I put things in there. And I also purchased this at IKEA. These 2 here for seasonings and spices and things, which I use all the time. So that worked out really well. Absolutely not. No, I mean, my cutting board goes over here. I do all my prep work over here, and then I can take it over there. So yeah, no, I love it. And I keep my little cutting board on the side of the refrigerator over there. They did put little hooks, which I thought was nice, on these, like little handles, and they're on the back side, so I'm able to hang things over there as well. So under the sink, we have the hot water, on-demand hot water heater, and all of my other goodies to clean with and stuff. And then this cabinet I use as storage for canned goods and things, which is nice. Got a good amount of space in here. So overall, I do have a good amount of space. My second loft I do use as storage because, like, a lot of people can put things under their tiny house. Unfortunately, mine is pretty low to the ground the way it sets here, and so I really can't fit full-size bins under there, so it all goes up there, which I would rather have that open, but it works for now. And I wasn't sure if I was going to like the tile work, but I really like it a lot. I really like it a lot. It works well for me. And then this over here is my living room. It's my little comfortable place. I do have a washer over there. It's a washer-dryer unit. Well, you know what? It's out of balance. I've only used it once and it just went out of balance, and it's really hard because it's on a lip. So it's up high and it's really heavy, so it's hard to, and there's not much space in there, so it's hard to lift it and get those feet just right. So I'm still working on that. Pretty much in the living room, I like to read. I do read, and I listen to a lot of music. So that's my favorite pastime. I also, every so often will use a TV, but not very often. So it's spent here just doing the things that I enjoy, like reading, sculpting, things like that. I do have one cabinet over here that I put things in. So that's some storage there. And then under the sofa, I have 2 boxes for shoes. So my shoes go under there. And then I use this as storage for just miscellaneous items. This is storage. So this is another unit that has storage in it. So I've got a lot of stuff under there too. This is some of my work, yeah. So I do the metal with the skulls. And then I have the different types of skulls around, as you can see. And I like the contrast of the red, the green against the white, and then the dark wood. Yeah, I like it. And I like to keep it open. It feels like it's bigger than it really is, you know. And I find that living tiny, I spend more time outside, which is fabulous. I really enjoy it. So now we're on the other side of my tiny house, and this is the bathroom. And it's actually a pretty good sized bathroom for a tiny house. I've got the tiny double sink, which is fabulous. It's working great because two people could stand here at the same time and brush their teeth. So it's kind of cool. You know, if you're in a hurry, it's nice. And I like it's elongated. So, you know, it's nice and it's pretty large. And then I also have clothing stored in this little closet that I made right here. So that's a little bit more storage. You know, as far as clothing goes, I don't have that much to begin with, so it wasn't really that tough for me to downsize to a small closet like this. There were things that I haven't worn in a long time that I could have gotten rid of, so I did. They worked out well. I have cabinetry over here, and this is cabinetry as well. And then I actually have a full-size shower and a bathtub in here. And the backsplash is also the same as the kitchen. And then I use a composting toilet, which, you know, when I first saw the videos on composting toilets, I thought, oh, there's no way. They kept saying it didn't smell. I'm like, there's no way. That's got to be so disgusting. I am not going to do that. But I kept watching them. I was intrigued. And so I watched enough that I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try. And I'm really glad that I did, because it actually saves so much water, and it doesn't smell, and it is clean. So it works out really well for me. It had a lot of really good reviews at the time when I saw it, and I haven't regretted it. It's worked really well for me. I know that a lot of people don't like the fact that you have to lift this entire thing up to pull out the jug, but actually it works. It's fine. It's really not a big deal. So this is my bedroom here. I always swear I'm going to get a thinner mattress because there's not much room between my head and the ceiling, which can be a little difficult sometimes. I have woken up in the middle of the night and sat up and hit my head when I first moved in. But overall, it's not bad. I got used to it. At first it was difficult, but then, you know, you adjust. And I like the fact that I have the nice long windows up here. So like in the summertime and the spring, I just leave it open all night and I get to hear nature, which is nice. A couple people and shoving it over the railing. This was my mattress for my other house, so I didn't get the luxury of that to just pop it up here and open it up. So yeah, it took a little bit getting it up here. It took a little muscle, but eventually it got up here. You know, I figured, you know, you're only in your bedroom most of the time to sleep anyway, so I had no problem with this. This was an easy transition for me. I have a little bit, like a little case under this blanket here that I use for storage for some clothing and things. But overall, it was a pretty easy transition for me. And you know, I didn't think it would. I was one of those people that used to watch the tiny homes on TV, thinking to myself, there's no way I can do that, no way. And then when it came down to it, I did. And I have no regrets at all. You know, it just frees you up to be able to do what it is that you want to do. Like I said before, I spend more time outside, and I enjoy life more. I really do. There's something to be said for that. And you know, like I said, I have a 5-hour day on the road commute, but when I get back here and I get onto the windy levee roads, everything melts away. It's so worth it. Well, Chris, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate this. And I do want to say, you know, I purchased this home from Tiny Innovations in Oregon, and Jeremy and the crew at Tiny Innovations were absolutely fabulous to work with. Everything is certified. You have RVIA certification, and it's good to go out the door. It's been a wonderful adventure.